Hi guys, and welcome back to the Brooke Gallery channel. Today we have a special guest behind the camera.
Hi guys.
This is Hallie and she's my cousin. So today we'll be talking about North Korea and the dynasty of the Kim family, the difference between North Korea and South Korea, and how to escape North Korea if you're ever stuck in it, or if you're one of their 25 million citizens. So let's get on with the video now. Okay, so the first topic is how different North and South Korea, what's life like in North Korea. So life like in North Korea is like life was in Nazi Germany in 1940. So when the World War started, obviously Hitler was a dictator and controlled over Germany. The same thing is happening in North Korea, but just to a much bigger extent, and there's a whole family. So it's Kim Jong-un, Kim Jong-nam, and Kim Jong-il. Sorry, Hattie's laughing behind the camera. They're the families of, they're the family members, so the grandfather, the father, and the current leader, and the dictator of North Korea. So that's what kind of life would have been like in North Korea, but it's very impoverished because China and Russia are the main economic supports of North Korea, whereas they've tried to impose economic sanctions, so like stop sending them food so that the regime will stop. So the North Korean people are very impoverished, and they had the biggest famine total and the biggest escape total, obviously, like loads of people want to escape the country. So yeah, let's get on with our next topic now.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the difference between North Korea and South Korea. Now you know what it's like to live in North Korea. So before the Korean War it was one united Korea, but after the Korean War they separated, and South Korea is like a definition of basically England, like it's a free democracy country and you're free to do whatever you want respectively, and there's a government that you vote in, and it's a very free country. Whereas this is the complete opposite to North Korea. But if you escape North Korea and get into South Korea, you're given citizenship, because South Korea believes that all North Korean citizens are own citizens as well. So now let's go on to the next topic of how to escape North Korea. Okay, so now we're going to do how to escape North Korea, and North Korea is becoming increasingly difficult to escape. So back in 2011, when Kim Jong-un come to the throne, or not the throne, but like the dictatorship, it become a lot harder to escape because he knows that everyone's after him and everyone wants to collapse his regime. So he's put security so that no one can get in and collapse his regime, which means no one can get out either. So it's become a lot more difficult to get out. But before 2011, his dad, in 2011, Kim Jong-un come to the dictator throne up from his dad, Kim Jong-il. So his dad was very still up for the regime, but Kim Jong-un knows that a lot of people want to collapse his regime because a lot of more people know about it. So he's made it increasingly difficult for anyone to come in and collapse his regime, which means it's impossible to get out. Before 2011, there was only 9 ways to escape North Korea. You could run across the Chinese border, which is covered by 2 rivers, the Tumen River and another river. And so you could either do it in the winter months where they're frozen over, or the summer months where they're very shallow. So if you make it across to China, that can't be your forever home, because if your Chinese police catch you, they'll deport you back to North Korea. And if you're seen trying to escape North Korea, you'll get sent to a concentration camp, which is just like Nazi Germany's concentration camp for the Jews, which is hard labour, like complete cruelty, like you don't want to be there. It's a complete life of hell, basically. So if you get out of China, then you have to go find either into Mongolia, Thailand, or Mongolia and 2 other countries. They are safe countries and they'll deport you back to South Korea, but Thailand and Laos will deport you back to North Korea and you don't want to go there. So you have to make it into a safe country around China. So if you get out of China and into one of these safe countries, they'll deport you back to South Korea and you'll have a life of freedom and become a South Korean citizenship. Or you can escape into the tiny border with Russia, which also can't be your first home, because like China, they have laws with the North Koreans that they'll deport any defectors that they find in their country back to North Korea. So you have to make your way to another safe country and get deported back to South Korea. But obviously, the escape route is to South Korea. But the North Korea South Korea border is the demilitarized zone, which is actually the furthest thing from the actual name. Is the most militarized zone on the planet. There's so many machine guns, people like with order to shoot anyone that's trying to cross. So you can't get across that border. So what people like to do is come out of North Korea here and then go round from the sea to South Korea. But there's only been very limited success cases, and one man actually drove his car through the border, got out and got shot a lot of times, but was able to Okay, sorry about the second kit, but in my how to escape North Korea section, I forgot to say that you can escape to Japan, but you have to cross the Sea of Japan, which is really dangerous and it's like prone to typhoons, so that's not a very good option either. Your best option is probably to cross round North Korea to South Korea. So yeah. So I forgot to say in the intro that we're also going to be talking about how to take down this regime. So the only other people that are, like, if you assassinate Kim Jong-un, then you have to assassinate his family members, but if you don't, then they'll just continue the regime. The only person that wouldn't have continued the regime was Kim Jong-nam, Kim Jong-un's brother, his half-brother, but he unfortunately was on a trip to Malaysia and he got assassinated in the airport with Kim Jong-un's order to assassinate him because he was seen as a threat to the dynasty. So the topic we're going to talk about is what's not allowed into North Korea and like the outside world. So let's go on with that now. Okay, so no outside contraband or anything from the outside world is allowed to get into North Korea. Their tellies, the only tellies that they're allowed to have is approved by the North Korean government. So this plane is really loud. And yeah, so sorry about that. So the only stuff they're allowed to watch on TV is the stuff that's been approved by the North Korean government, and nothing is allowed to get in from the outside world, like telling them how bad their regime is. So that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye.
Bye.